Deductible opinions.
Hello and welcome to the Deductible Opinions podcast, the only podcast that has signed a stat deck proving that The Expanse is a better sci-fi series than Firefly.
I didn't sign nothing, man.
With us as always is the ever energetic JR
Yeah, what's up?
and the pretty cool dude with the pretty cool tan, Zach.
G'day, mates.
Good day, guys. How are things going?
You know, I said last week on the pod that I was sick and therefore made that an excuse for my poor performance.
Yep.
The immediate day after, I got significantly sicker.
You got more
And
sick?
I didn't go to work all week. I haven't been to
week.
work all week.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I got very sick. I got a fucking horrendous cough and I had a fever for 2 days. So,
Damn, man.
yeah, I'm still sick. My performance will be questionable.
It's tough out there. It's tough out there. Tough in your 30s, you know?
It's
Did
fucked,
you at
man.
least-
I mean, dude, good luck when you have a kid, man.
Yeah.
Good luck. And if you
Oh.
send that kid to daycare, you are fucked.
No, homeschool.
Homeschool all the way.
Genius.
Homeschool all the way. My
Yeah.
child will get an education through cinema. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll send him to Zach's house to be homeschooled during the week.
It's time for your film
After hours,
studies, boy.
When Beck comes home from school, she then has to teach your child. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Uncle
I like
Zach can show him movies.
Yeah, Zach can show him how to work a camera and, produce music. It'll be great.
What about you, Zach? How's your week been?
Good man. You know, I have managed to stave off the illness, I think. But I only managed to watch one movie this week. So,
And what movie was that?
That's insane.
the movie I think we'll be talking about today, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Yes. So you haven't watched anything else. How about you, Jordan, with your week off? Did you catch any movies or play any games?
I watched 7 movies.
7 movies.
And then I
Huge.
also watched what is available of the Jake Gyllenhaal TV series, Presumed Innocent. Big fan of Jake. So I thought I'd watch it.
Well, why don't you quickly go into the show and then, if you don't mind, why don't you tell us the name of the 7 movies that you watch, but start from the
All right.
worst to the best film.
Oh my God. Wait, are we talking about the show first or the movies? Hang on.
What's the
lost
show?
me.
What's the show?
Presumed
about?
Innocent is Jake Gyllenhaal as a district attorney. It basically starts out as him being a high-flying district attorney.
Mm.
One of his colleagues is murdered under suspicious circumstances. And by suspicious, I mean she was fucking hogtied.
Yep.
Which is insane. And then it goes from there. And essentially, through a series of events, we find out he was having an affair with her and he becomes the prime suspect.
Oh, my
And
God.
I've literally just stopped it at the point where this trial starts for his murder trial. So it's all right.
So you're saying it's suspicious? I mean, maybe she hogtied herself.
It is possible. I've seen it been done before.
And you're liking it? It's a good show?
Yeah, I think I would probably give it a 3 at the moment,
Okay.
which is pretty good. But it might be a Jake bias. I do like Jake.
I think we all like Jake.
Yeah.
Jake's great. Jake's
Mm.
great.
Movie order.
Yeah, from worst to best.
Worst to best. Jesus Christ.
God.
Okay.
Or
Worst? No. We're doing worst to best. That's happening.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oof.
That was the worst movie I saw.
You rewatched that?
I rewatched it. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
exactly. Yeah, that's correct. I did.
That belongs.
I
in
had a
the
fever
can,
that
man.
day. It was like, 39 degrees. I was losing it.
In that film, when they travel back in time, I felt like
Oh,
I felt like I
God.
transcended. Like I was having a spiritual moment. Like I wasn't watching a movie anymore. I'm like, what is happening? And what is it?
Is
Like,
it more or less insane than the alien ending for Crystal Skull?
no, it's way worse because
it is more
the
insane.
Greeks or Romans or whoever it was were like looking at the planes and they're like, oh my God, they have dragons. And I was just losing my mind.
I mean, they would have thought they were dragons, man. They've never seen anything fly before. What are you talking about?
You're right.
Did the fever make the de-aging any better?
Not at all. And I just noticed again, I was like, the de-aging itself is bad. It's clearly a very old Harrison Ford speaking in a young de-aged body. It just didn't work at all.
I forgot about the de-aging. Yeah,
The
at the
de-aging
start
was
of the
bad,
film.
man. The de-aging was bad.
It goes for there's like 40 minutes of de-aged Harrison Ford. In
Yeah.
there.
I think I was reading when they made that film that So what they said about that scene is that they were going to use AI to generate his voice to match the aged face, but then they liked his performance so much that they kept it in.
They liked what he produced. That's interesting.
That's what they claimed. That's the old marketing, but yeah.
All right. After that, worst movie, Toy Story 4.
Oh.
And Toy Story 4 is not a bad movie. So I watched some bangers.
Oh, damn, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Then, actually, Beverly Hills Cop is probably after Dials of Destiny. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. It's probably after that. Then Toy Story 4.
Spoilers, man. No spoilers.
We'll get into it.
Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 1. I did watch all 4 movies in one day.
My God.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
In reverse order or like?
No, that was the order. That's the order I think they're like best in, dude. Like 4 is the worst, then 3, then 2, then 1.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
And then, and that's it. Those are the 7 movies I watched, dude. Oh, no. Throw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 in there somewhere too.
Did you like it?
Chuck it in there somewhere. I actually did like it, yeah.
I liked Dead Reckoning. I think
it was pretty sick.
You know, it got kind of it's breakfast eaten or whatever the term is. It got beaten by, because Barbie and Oppenheimer came out. It did really poor box office.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's because I watched it on a plane, but I just thought it was fine. You know, I didn't vibe with it. You know,
it works for me, man. I love the Mission Impossible.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. Yeah. I'm a fan of the series.
It did so poorly that I think they're now calling Part 2 the final one.
Well, I mean, Tom Cruise is pretty goddamn old.
He's so old, dude.
You know, they're gonna have to de-age him soon.
He looks old in this one.
He could do it forever, man.
That was it. Those are my movies, man. What did you watch?
Okay, didn't watch as many as you. You've done a good job.
You probably weren't as sick as I was.
No, I wasn't, but I've been off. I've had time off. But
true.
what have I got here? I've watched 3 movies other than the movie we're talking about today. The worst of which, but not as bad as I remembered, was John Carpenter's The GOAT, John Carpenter, my favorite director. John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars.
A classic.
You were mentioning that quite a bit.
Yeah, because it took me 3 times to three sessions to get through it. But that movie, not as bad as I originally remembered. That movie is hilarious. It's like Doom, and like the game Doom, but also there's like a lot of like a rock soundtrack, and all the zombie people are kind of like rocker, like punk grunge kind of crazy Martians, but also they cut on themselves. And then they try to have kind of what Carpenter's done a lot before. So they have like the Escape from LA, or even the what's Carpenter? Assault on Precinct 13?
Precinct 13.
Yeah, Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13, where they have the bad guy, but he's cool, right? You have a cool bad guy. And he joins up with the good guys, and he ends up helping them. Your Kurt Russell and your Assault from Precinct 13 did the same thing. I don't recall that actor's name, but in this one, the person playing the bad guy is Ice Cube. And Ice Cube,
I mean, a breakout for Ice Cube
is fucking terrible.
He's not good, man.
And they keep trying to do like quotable lines in there, and they're all really, really bad. But essentially, if I go through that film really, really quick, it stars the girl from Species, and she's in the Martian city. They're a cartel. That's the little backstory. It's a cartel, a Martian cartel. And she's telling the story to a tribunal, like what happened. And she's a cop, but she's also addicted to drugs. She's constantly doing some sort of drug. And when she does the drug, she sees waves, she sees oceans. I don't know why, but that's how, when you're tripping balls in Ghosts of Mars, you see oceans. They go to a mining town. Nobody's there because everybody's turned, like a Martian cloud has come through and turned everybody into zombies, essentially zombies. They're not really zombies, but kind of. Then they're there to try and get Ice Cube and take him to jail. Then the zombies wake up and they're trying to defend each other. And while they're doing that, Ice Cube has a crew of people that are coming to save him. And it's just lots of just shooting and just being dumb. It's a good time, actually. You know, I think it was judged harshly.
I've never seen it. Is that a recommend from you? Should I watch this? How long did it take you to watch it? Over how many days could you watch this movie?
Took at least 2 days, 2 to 3.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I gave it 3 stars, which is probably more than it deserved.
It's probably generous.
That's not high for you, man.
And then the 2 other films I watched, which I will recommend. The other 2 are definite recommends. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Have we seen this?
Classic. It's great.
Also have not seen this.
So essentially,
Wait, have I?
Tucker and Dale versus Evil is like, it's kind of like Cabin in the Woods. Have you seen that?
I have seen this one. This is where they're afraid of them, but they're not actually murderers. Yep.
Yeah, so it's like Cabin in the Woods, where it's kind of like breaking down the tropes of a horror movie, but it's actually a comedy. Although not exactly. They're not the same type of movies, but yeah. So you've seen it. So
yeah, it's a great movie.
Tucker and Dale, who are kind of like rednecks. They have a cabin, and then these teenage high school kids or university kids think that they're serial killers and then keep accidentally killing themselves all around them. And then Tucker and Dale keep getting freaked out because these kids keep murdering themselves, killing themselves at their cabin, their holiday house they're trying to fix up. It was good though. It was good. Yeah. And then finally, I just finished watching it like 20 minutes ago. Tremors. Kevin Bacon.
Tremors. Yes, dude.
Dude, Tremors.
Tremors rules.
It's Redneck Dude starring Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, legitimately.
It was good. Better than I thought it would be.
I don't think I've actually seen it.
Tremors is iconic, dude.
Strong recommend. Tremors.
All right. Okay.
It's about, so they're in like a little country mining town. So like one shop type of town. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mining. I don't know what they're doing there. But anyway, they're in a valley and they're all basically all rednecks. It's like Trump voters, bunch of Trump voters. And they're driving around and they're basically the worm from Dune appears and it starts killing them. They got to figure out how to survive. And Kevin Bacon's got a really cool mullet in it as well. It's good. It's a good movie.
I've just added to my watch list, dude.
Add it there, man. Number 26.
Number 26, right there.
Number 26 on the list.
I didn't realize they're supposed to explain the movies, man. So Toy Story is about toys, okay?
Yeah.
And they come to life.
Okay.
That's all I got, man.
In some sort of story.
Yeah, and there's a story there. It's not, it's there.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite toy from Toy Story?
That's hard. Probably Woody, man.
You're a Woody guy?
I think I'm a Woody guy. Yeah, Tim Allen rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that you did that. No, yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's him. There you go.
That is. Yeah.
Classic Home Improvement. Is that what the show is called?
Yeah.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Tim the Toolman Taylor. That was the
Toolman Taylor.
That was your take on it, on that noise he makes, huh?
That was my take. Yeah. So this week we're doing the follow up to last week. We're doing Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Now not Axel Foley, Axel F. They didn't want to put the whole name on there.
I thought it was pronounced Axel.
It could be, man. It could be. So Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Axel Foley is back, and like Melbourne in wintertime, the heat is on. After unapologetically getting his ex-partner, and chief fired, Axel finds himself back in Beverly Hills, trying to protect his daughter from intentionally getting herself killed for a character we only see once. Can Foley, his daughter, and a non-stop cast of his old friends solve the case? Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
Dude, do you write these yourself?
Yeah, man. This is all me.
That's impressive, man.
Thanks, man.
The heat is on in my house currently. You're correct.
It would be. It's cold.
Yeah.
What do we think, Bella? What do we think of Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F?
I liked it, man. I thought it was a good time. I think they did justice to the franchise, you know?
Yep.
I think overall, what do we want to talk about first?
So for me, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, the first thing I thought when I'm watching it is that Eddie Murphy still got it.
Still got it.
That was one of my lists. He nailed it, man.
He's still got it. Look, the story is so basic, and the story beats. And look, I didn't go to film school. I know Zach went to Oxford, but and I don't know what the name for this type of film is, but the film follows the first film beat by beat
Oh
I
yeah.
felt like
Yeah,
I
of
was
course.
watching the same film. Like, we just watched this film.
There's a name for this. It's called a legacy sequel.
I
A
was gonna
legacy
say
is that
A
the
Cash
name?
legacy
Cow?
sequel is the name. What's that?
Oh,
Cash Cow.
Yeah, Cash Cow. Too.
Cash Cow.
Yeah, it's like, Force Awakens was a legacy sequel, dude.
Dude.
Basically, any franchise they're rebooting, it's a legacy sequel, and they all follow the same fucking trope. They just callback after callback. But I actually don't think this one was atrocious.
No, I think as well, like I remember reading somewhere the director kind of came out and basically said, like, he wanted to do a lot of stuff in camera and make it seem much more like 80s kind of filmmaking, which I do think they kind of succeeded at doing sometimes. Not necessarily all the time, though. There's some pretty bad CGI in there at times.
Oh, yeah.
When the film started, the start of the film, and Axel was driving, and the heaters on started, I was there. I was teleported. Okay, I was back to Beverly Hills 1. The synth remix of the theme as well.
Oh,
Sick, dude.
They did it. I loved at the start of the film when he's got the white partner. He's just ragging on him.
Dude, that is fucking great.
Just get into him. The Woodman. I'm not the Woodman. What did you think of the snowplow chase, guys? Is it as good as the truck chase?
It was not.
It was not as good. I did appreciate that, like, what they were going for in terms of having stuff be, a bit more like an actual snowplow knocking shit aside and stuff like that. But I don't know, especially when the music was playing as well, I was just like, this feels like the music from the first movie, but still it sounds tired, even though it's like the same music.
Yeah. I like that they destroyed cars, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Eddie Murphy's banter throughout the film. It was flat. It was interesting. Some of his banter was definitely flat in scenes, and there are some scenes, which I'll get to in a second, where I was like, I can't believe that he's 63 years old because he's so good. But I like that it looked to me like they destroyed a bunch of cars. And like I said last episode, I love when they destroy cars.
Yeah, you can tell they clearly made that choice to do that.
It's good cinema, man. It's good cinema.
Because of the first movie, surely.
Oh, it's a copy.
But the other problem is, at times you can tell they're driving very slowly.
Oh, see, I couldn't tell.
And that annoys the shit out of me. Specifically, the one they have those, the 3-wheeled car that he was driving around in Beverly Hills with?
Yeah.
The Meter Maid car.
Yes.
That chase scene, they were very clearly driving incredibly slowly during that chase scene at points. But, it's OH&S for you. What are you going to do?
But I was sold because I love the Meter Maid. I love when he
Dude,
takes over the car.
That was sick.
And she sprays him. He's like, you don't need to use that much. He's spraying him.
Nah. And there's no way when you get sprayed with pepper spray that you are continuing to drive a 3-wheeled vehicle.
True.
There's just no way in hell. Even if you're Eddie Murphy.
That's Axel Foley, okay? He's the best cop on the force.
Best cop on the force, baby.
Beat by beat copy in that even at the start, that whole chase scene and everything is completely unrelated to the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get the jail scene where the daughter goes in and meets. Do you guys remember the character's name? This is the character that they're trying to save the whole time. It's Emilio. We never see this character ever again.
Why would we?
Throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
Does he get off?
Who knows?
Is he
Yeah, he
exonerated?
does. They say he did.
Okay. I did think, because I wasn't expecting it, when they kind of ambush her in the car park and then they threaten her, but then they push the car off.
Yeah,
anyway,
I didn't think they
leave
were
it
actually going to
hanging.
push it off.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
was good. Yeah, they got me.
Kevin Bacon in that white skin mask as well.
So Kevin Bacon is out there doing that shit, right? That was him in the mask most of those times.
It looked like it to me, yeah.
It's funny, man. He seems like a high up, drug runner. Why is he out there fucking pushing cars off?
Just for kicks.
Yeah, I guess to just get his rocks off. Yeah, it's fair enough.
So what about you, Zach? Did you have any scenes that you particularly enjoyed or didn't enjoy?
One thing that I did enjoy greatly, and there's some good and bad elements, but Rosewood, P.I. Rosewood is awesome. But Judge Reinhold, not really selling it for me, you know?
He's a bit old, man.
He's a bit old, a bit like almost like is dementia kicking in. But I did enjoy, the character of P.I. Rosewood. I think was kind of a badass when he wasn't, being held hostage.
Well, one of my questions is, why the hell is Billy Rosewood in the movie for 20 minutes?
He was in the other movies.
He's there for 5 minutes in the beginning, and then we do not see him until Axel and whoever was with him bust him out of the, shipping yard.
Legacy sequel, baby.
But he's gone for the whole movie. I wonder why do they do that? Is it because his performance is so fucking awful?
Well, maybe. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
The trailer really made it seem, because they showed that scene at the end where they're all in the car. It seemed like the three of them were going to be back together. Obviously, they weren't. I think it just, I don't know, maybe they changed it. Maybe. Because even Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character and the daughter's character really don't get as much screen time.
Yeah.
Maybe they just added more Eddie Murphy in because he's hitting it out of the park.
I think they had to, man. I think they had to.
Can I say, JGL didn't do much in this movie. No. He was really phoning it in.
Yeah, well, maybe he got reduced in the script. They gave more scenes to Eddie, or who knows, maybe it was always written like that. I liked Rosewood as well. I liked his character. I actually thought it would have been better if he'd been in the movie more. Although I do see what you're saying about maybe his acting not being great.
Well, I kind of wish it was more Rosewood and Eddie.
Yeah.
As opposed to Joseph,
Me too. Or his daughter.
But there's clearly a reason they didn't go for that.
Well, I really liked in Rosewood's office where Eddie goes in there and he just starts tossing the place. And he's like, come on, guys, we've got to get this done.
Classic Eddie.
You got to hustle, man.
That fucking worked for me. And then when they find a photo of him and he's like, no, that's not me, man. That's Wesley Snipes. That's great.
Does he look like Wesley Snipes? No, not at all.
I think they get that a bit. I think
you
it's
reckon?
Like, yeah, I think that it's a thing that used to be said, maybe when they were younger.
Maybe.
You're getting into the buggy chase, dude. I thought the buggy chase was better than Dial of Well, you just watched Dial of Destiny.
The buggy chase alone was better than Dial of Destiny. Oh no, the Dial. You know what's funny?
Yeah,
I watched Dial of Destiny after it. I actually thought Dial of Destiny's was better, dude.
Better buggy chase.
Yep, I think it was better.
Are you counting in the buggy chase the exchange afterwards when he gets arrested by the female cops?
No, that is not counted at all. That was funny as fuck.
That's got to count when he says that he almost wants to resist arrest because he's embarrassed of getting arrested in a car. It's a Lego car. I wonder how much of it was Eddie
riffing again.
Yeah, how much improv it was and how much was written in the script. But I definitely felt that Eddie, at least, felt very similar to Beverly Hills Cop 1 with his dialogue.
Yeah, 100%.
And it didn't always work. Don't get me wrong. In Beverly Hills Cop 1, every single scene with Eddie worked, right? In this movie, there were definitely a couple of scenes where he was ragging, doing his thing, and it didn't work for me. But overall, it was great. Like the next scene, he's in the cop station and he's asking to see Detective Taggart, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt won't let him, and he calls out to a guy, and he's like, "No, don't get the captain."
Dude, that was funny.
Don't be a bitch, friends. Or even when he's calling his daughter, she keeps hanging up, but he's complaining about the broken phone.
Yeah, you're listing all the scenes I literally have listed as the things I enjoy as well.
Eddie asking the daughter and JGL, have you two had intercourse? Very good.
That's great.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I liked it. I actually thought it was pretty good. I rated it highly.
Yeah,
really interesting.
I had a good time. I had very low expectations.
You had low expectations. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's a bloody Netflix film.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Say no more.
I do think the original is better, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course.
Only thing that didn't hit for me there, I don't know if you guys liked it, but the father-daughter relationship.
Dude.
So in the next scene, they're at the is it a car yard? And they've got the guy who's an actor, the guy who was in Jupiter Ascending. And then he's trying to do his scam, his riff, and then his daughter tries to throw him up by telling him to explain Jupiter Ascending. But it just didn't work for me. I didn't feel the relationship between the two of them.
See, that's funny because that scene in particular was like one of the few times where I thought the father-daughter relationship kind of led to some funny moments.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that father-daughter relationship got really boring and annoying real quick.
I didn't think they had particularly good chemistry together for sure.
God, no. I mean, did they write it to be that like grating? It was just, I didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, she comes back later. What did you think of the second time she did it, where they're at the club and Eddie's like, it's a surprise inspection, and then she comes up and saves the day and to get.
Did not enjoy that scene.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like the fire marshal bit at all.
Yeah, see, that didn't work for me. But then the movie gets saved for me all the time by Eddie's improv, because then he goes upstairs and he's talking to Kevin Bacon, he's talking to the two criminals, and there's the one that he's hit, and he's got like a bump on his head, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry about that. Didn't know it was going to blow up like that. You should have iced it." You know, like, it's just incredible. And I don't know if it's improv or it was written, but
they're two different scenes, you know, like this basically any scene with those two dialoguing, I'm not a huge fan of, the daughter and Eddie. But she didn't say anything upstairs. It was just Eddie being hilarious.
Yeah. So we don't really like, so you're saying you don't really like
Jane's character? No, not really.
Jane's character. We don't really like Rosewood's character. You don't really like.
I like Rosewood's character. I just wish she was in it for longer than 20 minutes.
What did you think about Kevin Bacon as the villain?
Not great.
Didn't like him. He kind of had a lot of this like. It almost felt like he was about to say, "You and I, we're not too different," like the whole time during the film.
Yeah, I don't know. He just didn't do it for me at all, and I can't really explain it. I do like Kevin Bacon though.
He worked for me, man. I love Kevin Bacon. You know,
that annoyed the shit out of me.
He's hitting the scenery.
He's chewing it up, man.
Not a fan.
Oh, look, there was no like. I mean, and to be fair, you're not looking for subtlety in a Beverly Hills cop movie at all, you know. But like, you know, he was obviously immediately the villain, but he was having a good time with it. You know, he's just chilling, chewing the scenery, being an evil outward dude. I think I liked him in it.
He played a good evil guy. He got that point across pretty, you know, succinctly. It just seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
You know, walking around with a Rolex and what did he say, $1,000 shoes, the finest suits you've ever seen. Like, what? It's just insane.
Yeah.
No one has thought to investigate this dude at all, or anyone in his department.
Especially old ass Taggart, you know?
Taggart, mate. He just wanted to manage it, you know?
He's looking rough in the film.
He's looking rough,
dude.
But talking about looking rough, Eddie Murphy and these shirts and shit that he's wearing, because in the next scene, he goes to his daughter's office and he's pretending to be a rich oil tycoon or something.
Yeah, dude.
But he's in a suit and he looks good.
He's looking good for 62.
He does.
Like, and then he puts on this like some shitty sports jersey again and he looks terrible. Stick with the suits, Eddie.
Oh, shit, that's a good point.
The power of suits, man.
You know, we had a couple of action scenes. All the action scenes were boring. Like,
they're old men.
They get ambushed by a bunch of tattooed up. I mean, I thought the gangsters looked cool. They had cool tats and neck tats and stuff. But the action scenes.
My brain just turned off in that car chase one. Like, it wasn't particularly exciting for an action sequence, which is never good. The cartel mansion action sequence, is that the same? Of the movie? Is that the same mansion from the first film?
I thought the exact same thing. I couldn't tell. But there were definitely like shots of it, particularly outside, where I was like, hang on, are they reshooting in the same place?
Yeah, it just felt like they were at the same location from the first film, which is, I mean, probably intentional, mind you, but
possibly.
Yeah, just something I noticed.
I know that LA and Beverly Hills are full of homes that look exactly like that one and the original movie's house. So it could just be a Beverly Hills thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Can I get a shout out for Serge?
He really made it back.
He made it back?
Do we like Serge back? What do we think?
Oh, look. You know, he's not looking good for whatever age he is either, you know.
Yeah.
You know, some heavy fan service. It was good to see him, but I don't know if he added anything to the film comedy wise.
Not massively.
Oh, wait, he had his famous they had the no, I cannot scene. Like,
they did have that, thank God.
There. he butchered the word chemistry like 3 times when he was pointing at the daughter and the old boyfriend.
Yeah.
What about when Eddie Murphy wanted to be called Grand Poppy?
that was good.
And no, he wanted to be called Grand
Papa,
but
yeah.
Serge wanted to call him Grand Poppy. That's pretty good. I actually thought the real estate agent in that
she
was funny.
She was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in my notes for things I like. She was hilarious. Calling her daughter a loser. She's
got glasses.
That shit was funny. I also like that she randomly told them she's single and that her ex sold photos of her feet. Like, it's just fantastic.
Incredible. And even at the end where she's like, are you going to buy the house? And they're like, no, it's horrible. And she's like, oh, no. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. Oh, no, it's nice. It's good. Like, she was good.
She was really funny.
And I think, look, that's what the first film at least was about. You had a couple of these extras, these comedy actors that were hitting it out of the park. And you had to get that a few times in this film. Not every time, but a few times. The next bit, the strip club or whatever the club was, where the guy's singing, that was yawn. I'm asleep. And again, I'm asleep whenever they're talking about the plot of the film, because I don't know who this character who was accused of murdering a cop. He speaks like 2 lines. We never see him again, so I don't care. Right?
It pivots pretty quickly from saving that guy to trying to get Grant, aka, who the fuck's the actor?
What, trying to get Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, they switch pretty quick from trying to free him to nail Kevin Bacon. I mean, it's still a fucking boring story, but not just because that dude who we never see is trying to be freed, I think.
I really liked that. Let me know what you guys thought. But when he's been arrested, like they faked Kevin Bacon puts cocaine in their car and they get arrested, and he's in the interview room and Kevin Bacon leaves and he puts the chair on the table and he opens the vent and then Kevin Bacon comes in and looks at the vent, and then Eddie just appears from nowhere and hits him with the chair.
Says we've watched too many movies.
Where was he hiding in that point? I don't know if it was like the crappy TV I was watching it on in the Airbnb, but he just disappeared in a cell.
I couldn't tell. Unless he was under the table, like, I do not know.
That was my question. Where was he?
Where was Eddie?
Like, Eddie, like, I understand that you watch too much TV. He's like set it up as him being really smart, but where you disappeared, man.
I wonder if that door opens inward or outward, because you just have been hiding behind the door.
Maybe. I should have paid closer attention.
You should have.
I did like, they set up earlier in the film that he can break out of handcuffs. He breaks out of handcuffs. Same thing with the daughter. They set up earlier. She's like, oh, I've forgotten I don't remember how to break out of handcuffs anymore. At the end of the film, she breaks out of her handcuffs. So you have a little bit of this setup. I do enjoy that from they're thinking about it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Some effort was put into this film. What do we think about the whole helicopter scene?
Oh,
dude, my favorite part about the helicopter scene is that Shooter McGavin makes a fucking cameo in the movie.
The only highlight by far. That is some bad copter CGI.
Oh no, I like the copter scene. I liked at the end where they crashed, before they crashed. Sorry, and Eddie Murphy points his gun at him.
That was funny. Yeah,
I will shoot you, and then I will shoot myself. There ain't no way I'm dying in a helicopter crash.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that was funny. The dialogue was funny. The action sequence was kind of and Shooter McGavin was the highlight.
When they crashed, they're like, "Oh, you did good. Like, not as good as a real pilot, but good." Shooter McGavin. Who is Shooter McGavin? Jordan?
Christopher McDonald.
And what's he from?
From Shooter McGavin, from fucking Happy Gilmore is all I know him from.
Yeah, it's from Happy Gilmore. And do you think he's playing Happy Gilmore's his character here?
Dude, I don't know, man. Why would they have him playing golf?
Well, let me tell you.
Oh shit!
Netflix is in the works to make a Happy Gilmore sequel.
Oh
no, dude!
So that's Shooter McGavin you're looking at right there, fellas.
I called it, man.
The NCU.
That's crazy.
The Netflix cinematic universe.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they
go
him in there.
It was Shooter. That's sick. Are they getting Adam Sandler back?
I don't know. I didn't look too much into it.
Interesting.
Little backdoor pilot kind of situation.
Yeah. I like the next scene. He's talking to the car attendant. What are they called?
Dude, that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Chauffeur. He's like, come on, brother, give me a car, brother. Help me out, man.
I mean, it goes back to those small character moments often being like the best, funniest points in the movie because the plot is so paper thin. It's more just about the set pieces along the way.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so. It was really funny. The British accent at the end was fucking hilarious.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't notice it at the first time I watched it.
Really?
Second watch, the British accent kills it.
So fucking funny, man.
Then we're at the dock. We're rescuing Rosewood. Just so much swearing. What's going on? This Beverly Hills Cop movie. We're dropping it. We're dropping F-bombs, everything.
What are we rated? What are we rated here?
I don't know, but there's just so much swearing, So what's going on? We get another... he's talking to Rosewood in the truck. And he's like, oh, is he taking you to the strip club yet? And he goes, this man is in intercourse with my child. Like, that's a great line. That's incredible.
I wish they had more Rosewood, man, for things like that.
Yeah.
I think as a whole, Judge Reinhold didn't do a great job of acting, but when he's talking about the strip club and you can just see like the look in his eyes, it was good.
It's so interesting. Because I thought he did good, but maybe I wasn't paying enough attention.
In those jokey moments like that, and when they were in the when he asked the final scene we'll get to eventually. But yeah, when he's cracking jokes, he's funny. I think his general performance wasn't stellar, dude.
Fair enough.
It's also rated R in America, but I think a lot of things are.
Oh, there you go. Well, talking about the final scene, what did you think of it? What do we think of the shootout? I thought the shootout was a snooze fest.
Oh yeah, which is apt because my one note about the shootout is Agate hitting the ground at 2 kilometers an hour because he's a 76-year-old man is just emblematic of that entire shootout.
Yeah,
he looked rough.
Hey, he's also been in a shed for 2 days without getting beaten, bro. Give him a break.
No, man, that's Rosewood. Taggart's got no excuse.
You're talking about Taggart. Yeah, you're right. How old is he in this?
I think the actor is, I want to say 76 years old. So,
oh my God, they're still making him work. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Just let him retire.
Just let him die.
When Eddie is jumping in front of the bullet to take the bullet for his daughter, if you look at, I couldn't stop laughing. But if you look at his face, it legitimately looks like it hurt him to jump. He's got actual, the most acting he's done in the whole film. Real pain on his face, probably having to jump down. That slow-mo scene was hilarious. It was, I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but it was very funny.
Is it that easy to get out of handcuffs?
No, unless you have a paperclip, not really.
Misspent youth, man.
Maybe. I don't know. I just
unless he has something on him, you can't, man.
I just think if you're the daughter and you're being held hostage, that Kevin Bacon might do a really good job of putting the handcuffs on. But
the way she slipped out of them, the only way you could do that is if they weren't done up tightly at all.
Maybe,
or she could break her thumb.
High on cocaine.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, people who are double jointed in their wrist, I remember looking into this years and years and years ago, can get out of handcuffs. But
I thought the wrist wasn't the problem. So you can get it past the wrist, but the thumb bone gets in the way, I thought. But I don't know.
I think they've double jointed thumbs. But
there we go, yeah.
You police counter it just by putting them on super tight.
Yeah, right.
And then you just can't do it.
He's a shitty cop, isn't he?
He's a bad cop, man. He's a crooked cop.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the film? What did you guys think of Beverly Hills Cop Axel?
Well, we want to talk about the final stuff.
Oh, you go on. Sorry, go on. Talk to me about the final scene.
I mean, the final scene. I also have him here a note that the restaurant he was sitting at from hospital called Norm's. Joe used to eat there all the time when I lived there. It blew my mind that they added that into the movie.
Oh, damn, dude.
So, just to remind me of the end scene, he's in the hospital. He's gone to the hospital.
Yeah.
They're giving him hospital food. Doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And so he sneaks out to get a burger. And that's Norm's, is it?
He goes to Norm's, bro.
Dude, do you rate Norm's?
It's a very shitty diner, but yeah,
Oh.
it's worth going to if you're there.
Is that why he didn't finish the meal he paid for?
100%. Yeah, you don't finish the meal.
I just like, if you've got all the way to like sneak out of the hospital, at least let the man finish his meal.
Yeah. I mean, again, she's the bitch of a daughter, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And then at the very end, they're in the car together,
Yeah.
getting a steak.
Recreating essentially the scene from the first movie.
A little bit of a throwback.
What does he ask him in the first movie? Oh, he talks about the red meat.
Yeah, it talks about how much red meat he has in his colon.
Yeah, and then he asks his wife how often they have sex, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that last bit made me laugh. It was good.
I felt like that last scene was just a trailer shot.
Yeah,
for sure.
For
Like,
sure.
They threw that together post shooting so they could show it in the trailer and make you think the movie's going to be different than it was.
I also have in my notes here, I counted 2 Shrek references that Eddie made.
Yeah, I was going to say, I counted one.
I only got the onion one. What else
He calls the guy Beautiful Onion. But then when they're all in that truck and he asks if they're afraid of dying or something. Oh, he says, I don't have a seatbelt. I'm scared. He says, fuck seatbelts. We on the edge. And I'm assuming that's related to in Shrek. He goes, I'm a donkey on the edge. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good catch, man.
But that's where I thought there were 2 of them.
You should make a YouTube where it's like Top 8 Axel Foley Easter egg.
Yes. Watch
Hell
Mojo.
yes, dude.
Did you know that was Shooter McGavin? Number 1. Number 2. Did you know Eddie Murphy was Donkey in Shrek?
All these Shrek references. Are we getting a Shrek NCU reboot?
Oh shit,
dude! Netflix can't afford Shrek.
Is Eddie signed to like how are they getting these movies?
Eddie's done heaps with Netflix.
So I guess he just signed a fucking $200 million deal to pump out a bunch of movies.
Probably.
The man's got 10 children. He
has got to feed these children. That's true.
So before we go into our final ratings, I have a trivia question. Hard to find trivia on this particular film because
it's very new, you see.
Soulless cash grab. I mean, because it's new. So I thought maybe I'd ask a question about some future films that are coming out in this style. So which other 80s films are getting the old man sequel treatment? And by old man sequel treatment, I mean not just a reboot, not a sequel that has the original actor, but now they're old. Right? Is it A, which one film? Is it A, Twins? Is it B, Beetlejuice? Is it C, another Matrix movie? Or is it D, Demolition Man 2?
Lock me in for Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Do you know the answer? Because this is bullshit otherwise.
I know the answer.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Zach.
Well, look, I'm confident.
Yeah, you're very confident. That's why I'm scared. Because I thought they were making another Twins movie.
Are they doing all of these movies? Is it a trick question, NJ?
Oh, yeah, fuck.
It is a trick question.
You son of a bitch, dude.
They're remaking all of these movies. They're doing another Matrix.
There we go.
They're doing a Demolition Man with at least Stallone. I don't know if it'll have Snipes in it. Obviously, Beetlejuice is coming out in a month or so, and Twins is coming out this year.
God damn. All right.
We're going to be there day one. For Twins, day one.
Twins is going to be sick, dude.
Day one.
Yeah.
Who's playing the third twin? There's a third twin in the movie, right? A triplet, if you will.
A twin they didn't know about in the original?
I think so.
Interesting.
Unless I'm making up a plot in my head, but I think they've added a new sibling.
And is the third twin skinny? Is that you got muscly, short and fat?
Yeah, interesting. Or I could be a woman. Let's be real. Come on.
Oh my God.
Come on, bro. Get your head around. Get switched on. It's 2024.
They're identical twins. They can't be different genders.
They're identical twins. I thought the whole... I can't remember the plot of the first movie, but were they supposed to be identical?
You have a point. They're not identical twins, are they?
There we go.
They're different. You got me there, man. You got me.
Oh, here's some trivia for you. Originally, the Twins sequel, written like some time ago in the 80s, the third triplet was meant to be our very own Eddie Murphy.
No. That is insane.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it might be Eddie.
I don't think it's Eddie, though. I don't think it's Eddie in the new one.
That would be
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do we think Beverly Hills Cop Axel F would have done well as a theatrical release?
Oh,
That's a fantastic question.
Good question, isn't it?
Not much out at the moment.
There isn't.
It's a bit of a downtime.
It's a dead zone. I mean, it's a big title, you know. My uncle loves it. Huge fan of Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
He might have seen it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like, I do think its success is hinged on Netflix just like blasting people with the other previous Beverly Hills Cop movies.
Yeah, also true.
Yeah, I don't know if the TikTok generation are going to come out for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's definitely like people who are invested in the franchise, which is not the TikTokers of the world.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I reckon they could have done a theatrical release and then just really quickly pumped it into Netflix. But I don't know. Maybe they made more money this way. I don't know.
But Netflix doesn't want to make money. Netflix wants to get you to subscribe to Netflix.
Does that not earn them money?
So Netflix, and they do this with all their projects. The only reason they let any of their movies go to the cinema and they let them go for a cinema for exactly 1 week is because they want them to be eligible for the Oscars if they think they have a chance of winning anything, because they can put that on the Netflix program and it makes a movie gets purchased and watched more if it wins an Oscar.
Interesting.
Because Netflix doesn't want you to go to the cinema, Netflix wants you to stay at home and watch Netflix. So,
I mean, in both scenarios, Netflix makes money though. That's what I don't understand. So they must either be making more money by gained subscribers of people who may have gone to watch it at the movies as well. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Netflix, it's not about making more money. Netflix wants the cinemas to not make money. They're in direct competition. So the reason they don't release their films in the cinema for more than the required time is because they want cinemas to go out of business. If cinemas go out of business,
that makes more sense.
Netflix will be truly king.
That's it, baby. We're all stuck. Yeah, that makes more sense then.
Yeah, so it's just capitalism, dude. And it's, really it's an anti-competition, but that's the way it works.
Yeah, fair.
But I agree. I think it would not have done well in cinemas.
No,
I don't think it would have done amazingly.
I enjoyed it. If I had paid $16.50 to see it, I would not have enjoyed it as much. I'll be honest. I would have given it a lower rating.
How much is your Netflix subscription?
I don't know. Don't ask me. That's a good point. What is it?
$18? It's like, I was going to say it's like $18 these days. Yeah.
Oof.
Damn.
You paid to see this movie, bro.
I did pay to see this movie.
What'd you rate it, man?
Well, why don't you guys go first? Zach, what did you rate Axel Foley?
I have given. Well, before, do we know why it's called Axel F and not Axel Foley?
No
question. Do you have the answer?
I do have the answer.
Ooh.
It's because the theme song of Beverly Hills Cop is not called the theme song from Beverly Hills Cop. It's called Axel F.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Sneaky little reference there.
Okay, interesting.
But to go back, I gave the film 2.5 stars.
Yeah, fair.
Nice. It was fine.
Yep.
Jordan.
That's the 3 stars from me, man.
3 stars.
Which, that's not bad.
Did you also give the original film 3 stars?
Let's find out.
Because I had dialed in 3 stars for this movie, and then I thought, I gave the original Beverly Hills Cop 3, so I'm gonna dial this one down a 0.5.
I gave the original 3.5. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. The math works.
The math checks out, man.
What about you, NJ?
There you go. I enjoyed the film, fellas. I thought it was good. It surprised me. I thought it was very watchable. I thought that it was funny. I was impressed that Eddie Murphy could still like jibber jab. In the scene in the hockey locker room, for example, where he's talking about how he's a new hockey player from Winnipeg and he's won the Stanley Cup and stuff. And it's like, I can't believe that this is a 62-year-old man. Like, I'm out of breath. We've been talking for 20 minutes. Like, Eddie Murphy, super impressed. I was super impressed with his performance. I gave this the same rating as I gave Beverly Hills Cop
Damn.
1. You gave it the same rating.
Same rating.
3.5.
They're close within each other. They're close. They're within the same range. Gave it a 3.5.
Ooh.
Interesting. I wouldn't have done that, and I didn't do that, but that's interesting.
I think it could have been improved. Initially, they had Eddie Murphy in a Beverly Hills Cop like pilot they had ages ago. They had him have a son. Obviously they've gotten rid of that and they've had him have a daughter in this. I didn't jive with the father-daughter relationship in this film because it wasn't realistic. The daughter, she would hate him a lot more. He hasn't been around for 35 minutes. Like she wouldn't just get over it. And also he's insufferable. Let's be honest. He's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She hates him so much she changed her last name, yet they become best buds by the end of the film. It's not realistic, but it's fine. Ignore the plot. You watch it for Eddie Murphy. You watch it for the old references. You know, some of the extras are really good in it. Shooter McGavin, you know, come on. Helicopter chase, you know, Eddie Murphy shooting the pilot that's shooting himself. Great. Perfect.
Very funny.
3.5 stars. It's a classic. This is a Netflix classic. I hope Netflix takes down the cinemas because as long as we still have films like this.
Jesus.
The beginning of the NCU.
Do not do this to us.
You know, it'll be well worth it. Yeah, 3.5 stars.
All right.
Crazy.
On the old letterbox.
Wild.
I'm surprised you think it could have surpassed the original movie if they changed some things. I think that's crazy to me.
I don't think it could have surpassed the original movie. You know, I'm rating in a box. You know, like the first movie is like a 3.9. This is like a 3.5.
So you're rating the way I want to be able to rate on Letterboxd, but they won't let me. Is what you're saying?
Letterboxd is an imperfect system.
Yeah, highly.
If you just copied it and you gave the percentage, you could do 3 point. You know, you'd make billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's $1 billion idea.
It's $1 billion idea. Get on there. Get it done. Trust me. The
letterboxing.
The people want to be able to rate stuff. No, because also Letterboxd, such a weird name. I would call mine watching movies. Do you guys have any final words about Beverly Hills Cop? Did you enjoy watching Beverly Hills Cop though?
I did.
I had a good time. I had a great time. Possibly, I did watch this in an Airbnb from a spa, so that might have colored my enjoyment of the film. But yeah, I had a good time.
You were in a spa.
Yeah, dude, I was living the dream.
That's the way to watch this movie.
That is why Netflix is winning, because you can watch films
it in a spa on a crisp 45-inch TCL panel.
Oh my god!
It was a great time.
You might as well have watched it on your phone.
Do you guys remember there used to be a business that was their gimmick, that they would show a movie and each of you had a little spa that you could rent out that could fit, like it was like an inflatable spa.
Never heard of this.
No, never, not once have I heard of this.
There was this business and they did it, they rented it out. But the issue was the pools kept overflowing and water would get everywhere.
Oh my god.
So the events were absolute disasters and had to be cancelled.
People have ideas, man, and they shouldn't execute them all the time, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question. Are we announcing the next week's film or?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, man.
You're picking
doing this
week, Jordan. I'd love to know, what do you got for us?
I was originally thinking Twister. That movie's coming out in like 2 days for us.
Incredible.
For some reason it's coming out on the 19th in America. I don't know why we're getting it 8 days early.
Damn.
They're slow, man.
Yeah, they are slow over there. I was also thinking an M. Night movie. That other movie he's got coming out, you know. I was also thinking Fall Guys. I have not seen it yet.
Fall Guys.
But I ended up choosing Knock at the Cabin, dude.
Oh my god.
Knock at the Cabin.
Huge.
It is an M. Night movie, but I have not seen it.
I've not seen it either, man.
None of us have seen it?
I've been wanting to watch it, man.
Dude,
I was going to say, it's on my watch list. It's got Dave Bautista.
It's got
Rupert Grint. Oh, I'm excited.
There's an M. Night movie coming out, and this is his, most recent film. So let's see what he's got in his tank.
Oh, yes, dude. Good pick.
You know?
Damn, my partner wouldn't let me watch it. Now I have an excuse.
Yeah, she's going to have to now.
Going to have to.
Fantastic.
Nice. Well, there it is. Lock it in.
Excited. Excellent.
The master of cinema himself, M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm.
Paired up with the master of the powerbomb, Bautista. It's going to be a good film.
I hope so, man. I'm expecting great things.
That's going to be a film. All right, well, if that's all, maybe we'll call it. We'll call it here, guys.
I'll send it, man.
Yeah, send it.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. You guys told me off for my sign off last week, so I'll change it up.
Last week.
Last week it was keep watching the skies.
That's
yeah.
I just finished
Let's try something
Tremors.
else.
I just finished Tremors, so keep watching The Grounds, guys.
It actually is better. It's actually better. Not great, but it's better.
We'll
better.
we'll workshop it.
But yeah, we still got some work to do.
I think we got it.